Good morning, Ichigo, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Griever with Bleach. Episode 16. Let's get underway, because we get Uryu against Renji. It's off screen because Uryu gets his ass kicked. Now, you could make the remarks that it's the bandages and all that, but it wasn't. He clearly was defeated easily by Renji before even releasing Zabimaru. So that's the thing. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a comedic moment and stuff. But once again, can we just talk about Uryu before we get underway with the rest of the episode? Can we just talk about Uryu for a second? Because I bitched about him a few episodes ago. Did I not do that? I told everyone, I was like, this guy is an ass. He's a dick. And where does he all of a sudden become an okay guy? Ichigo invites him to lunch last episode, and he's like Ichigo, but he seems to be alright. And then he stops by and says, I'm a classmate of Rukia's sort of idea, and two armed men picking on one helpless girl sort of. He knows Rukia is a soul reaper. Why would he get involved? Why would he try to help? He's like, that's just not my style, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, okay, Uryu. First off, English voice actor, done very well. Second off, okay, you're acting kind of badass all of a sudden, but it wasn't a few episodes ago where you got asked for help and turned away, like told off a classmate of yours like it was no big deal. This classmate is a soul reaper, someone you despise, and yet you're there trying to defend them. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it one iota. So that's just kind of weird to me. Like, the flip of personality of Uryu here. And the second part that he does is that after he is defeated by Renji, and Ichigo shows up and such, and we'll talk about that in a bit, but after this all happens, and he gets injured for the first time on his shoulder by Renji, I think it was his shoulder. Anyways, he gets injured, and Rukia wants to run to Ichigo, and Uryu, on the ground, bleeding, grabs her leg. Don't go. Ugh. And I'm like, why do you care what happens to Rukia? What all of a sudden, like, he didn't exactly have a life-changing moment. Do you guys remember a life-changing moment in the Menos Grande thing? I remember him working together with Ichigo for just so that they could survive, but I don't remember him having some inner monologue where he goes, I was wrong. These Soul Reapers might be worth protecting or helping or what have you. I should be part of their gang. I still hate Soul Reapers, but these ones, Rukia and Ichigo, are alright. I do not see that. When did that happen? Because all of a sudden he cares so much about Rukia. Like, I don't get it. The change in personality, I understand the initial introduction. You have to introduce him. He's a bad guy. Same with Renji. Renji talking to Rukia like she's trash. Oh, we're going to execute her. Ha ha ha. And stuff in this episode, in fact. And it's like, okay, Renji's not happy about that at all, as we find out later on. I mean, maybe he's just saying because he knows that everything's going to be okay, or he thinks everything's going to be okay. So he's just talking about, we'll execute humans. You seem like a worthless human. Like, you guys were all humans, as far as I'm aware. Or you were animals or something. The reincarnation cycle. Like, all of a sudden, this is the weird part about early introductions of characters that tend to turn into allies later on, is that we tend to forget the things they have said when they were initially introduced as the villains or the antagonists here. Renji and Uryu are two examples of this. Byakuya never really changed. So Byakuya stayed consistent. Good for Byakuya. Byakuya is in this episode, and I mean, one of the best fights, and stuff. Like, Byakuya is awesome. But Renji and Uryu, both acting like total antagonistic assholes in their initial introduction, and we're supposed to like them later on and forget everything they said. It's kind of like those first couple episodes never happened, and their character is completely different from then. But the problem is that we never see that life-changing, incident in their dialogue, in a monologue, in their heads, nothing. We never see that. And that's what happens in this episode. This is still a great episode, but I'm just thinking later on. Renji's a good guy. Renji wants to protect Rukia. But what's with Renji trash-talking humans? The whole idea of fake Karakura Town is because the Gotei 13 want to protect the humans. The whole idea, what would they care if the human world was overrun by hollows? What would they care? Like, okay, maybe we should clean it up sort of idea, but who cares about saving, humans, who cares? Because by the attitude of Renji, representing all of Soul Reaper's attitudes, you look like a worthless human. A human's grin on your face. That human expression, like a low-down human. He's looking down on humans like he's a goddamn god. Now, granted, they're Soul Reapers, but after this point, like after the Soul Society arc and everything, everyone seems to want to protect the human world, protect Soul Society, protect their allies. They all seem to be the good guys. Everyone forget that they're... Alright, I'm going to stop talking about this. I think I've said enough, but I'm just pointing this out. Like, Uryu's personality changed after one episode. Like, snap, no, he was never a dick like that. And now, in this episode, we see Renji being a supremacist, an elitist, and that personality goes away after this fight. After these couple of episodes, it goes away, because the fight's not done at this episode. I thought it was. We got one more. That's cool. But, yeah. After this, his elitist attitude about worthless humans and stuff goes away. Goes away completely after this. So, or it appears to. I could be wrong once again. I'm rewatching Bleach for this very reason. But Uryu, all of a sudden, new leaf, automatically with no reasoning. So I'm waiting for Renji's. Let's see if Renji gets one. Now, the rest of the episode, we get the whole Cone and Ichigo stuff and the toilet and blah, 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 what have you. Rukia is being attacked by Renji during this whole exchange. She ran away. We get all that. Ichigo shows up after Uryu's been beaten by Renji and everything. Urahara showing up with his cane like, man, I lend some assistance. Bam. And all of a sudden, Ichigo's there. Number one starts playing, and it's all awesome because Ichigo's here. Ichigo's here to save the goddamn day. Except he's losing. He's losing pretty hard. We get some information right quick. Zanpakuto, their names. He thinks like, what? You guys name your swords? What? I knew it. You're just an amateur. You can't do nothing. There are two great lines. I had to write them down. There's two great lines here. Ichigo shows up, said, "What's your name, kid?" Or, "Who are you, kid?" And he says, "I'm Ichigo. I'm the one who's going to beat your ass. How's it going?" I'm like, alright. So he just automatically shows up and says, "I'm going to beat your ass. How's it going?" You know, I'm just like he's got the, "I'm Ichigo. How are you doing today?" sort of idea. "Would you like me to bag your groceries for you today, sir?" Sort of like that very customer service attitude and that monotone thing. But in between that, "I'm the one who's going to kick your ass. How's it going?" I love that. And the other one is when Renji remarks on the size, of course, of Ichigo's Zanpakuto, talking about his sword, how good his sword skills are. And Ichigo with his double meaning here. Johnny Young Bosch at his best in this episode. You know, with that line, and then, of course, "Oh, so you say I got a big one, huh?" I'm like, the innuendo with that, I love it. It was golden. It was great. I had to write both of those lines down, because I was like, this is gold. This is a gold scene right here. People say English dubs, "Oh no, Japanese subs is the only way." No. First off, if you need the subs, clearly you're not a purist, because you didn't learn Japanese to understand it purely. You're reading. You're not understanding the emotion. You know, I could go on for days about that whole purist bullshit attitude. Listen, if an English dub is good, it's good. If it's not good, watch Japanese subs. I'm good with both. I watch both. I watch Japanese subs because I don't speak Japanese. I wouldn't understand what was going on with the dialogue, and I'd miss the meaning of the show. But here we have some great English dub, and it's fantastic. It would be even better if Renji didn't, you know, activate Zabimaru. Roar, Zabimaru! And then kick Ichigo's ass. Honestly, I have to say, out of all the Zanpakuto, one of the ones that seems to reap the best in this sense, the one that seems to do a really good job, is Renji's. Because when he stabs someone with it and then he pulls it back, he's cleaving through shoulder blades, through bone, through muscle and tendons, and like that is devastating. Like, if he doesn't just cut you with the first one, he's snaking it back on the blunt side of the blade, and even if it's the sharp side of the blade, I'm not sure, but either way, like, clunk, slice, like, ugh. Like, Zabimaru was a very interesting design, a great Shikai form, and just deadly as hell. Like, that's gotta hurt. All I'm saying, like, slice. Like, yeah, you get sliced by Ichigo's sword, it's just one slash. Sure, it could be really hurt and it could kill you, but it's one slash. Zabimaru is 1, 2, okay, that hurt. Whoa, okay, never mind. And then you're dead on the ground with 16 cuts being slashed, the same cut being cut 7 times, or however many links there are. 7? 5? Something like that. Anyways, either way, the episode ends with Ichigo on the ground, on his knees, realizing he might be losing here. He came in all cool, number 1 plan, but yeah. So, anyways, great episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Can't wait to watch episode 17. See you back here next time. Peace out.